Hi Hannah, thank you for sending me the note and your review. I saw that you had some questions about exam 4 questions, and I'm preparing this video to answer those questions for you. So if we look at the first question, if we look at this first question, it's asking you to figure out what the formula is for profit. Now what they're giving you the formula for the revenue, which is how much money you're getting in total, and then how much is the cost of selling a cellular phone. So they're giving you the formula for each, and X represents the amount of cell phones that are being sold, produced, etc. So in order to find profit, you really don't need to look at the graph as much, but think about it. Profit, how much profit am I going to make? It's going to be revenue minus the cost. So all I have to do is take revenue, which is 187x, minus this entire thing, which is 147x plus 480. So 187 minus 147 is 40x, and then minus 480 will stay there. So this is the correct answer. And now for question 9, you are trying to determine the composite function from a graph. Well, you will follow the same procedure as if you were doing it with a function. What you're going to do, you're going to first evaluate f of minus 2, and then g of minus 2. So f of minus 2, in this case, you have to pay attention to the axes. They are divided, the units are 2. Okay, 2, so this is minus 2, this is minus 4, this is minus 6, so it's not 1. You have to be very careful with that. Each unit does not represent 1 unit, it represents 2 units. So if I'm looking at f of minus 2, it's going to be, this is x equal minus 2 right here. This brings me down to minus 1 almost, minus 1. Then if I take minus 1 and put it on g of x, because now I want to find g of minus 1. G of minus 1, this is minus 1. If I bring it up here, it's almost, so this is 2, it's almost about 2.5. So this will be the answer right there. So this is why this is 2.5. So again, first you're going to evaluate f of minus 2, and in this case f of minus 2 is minus 1, and then take that minus 1 and evaluate g of minus 1. Okay? Hope that answers your question. And for number 31, I thought that it would be best to show you an example of how it is done. Just because this helps you do it on your own, and I want you to do it on your own. I want you to follow the same strategy. So they're asking you to graph the greatest integer function defined by this expression, or determine which one it is, as the question 31 asks. So the first thing that you're going to look at is the function x. Function x, you need to know that, for instance, in this example, the function x, if it is between 0 and 1, right? 0 and 1, y is going to be equal to 0. And then if x is between the interval of 1 and 2, y is going to be equal to 1. So you see between 0 and 1, the function, this is for x, right? This is the step function for x. Between 0 and 1, if x values, y is 0. But between 1 and 2, y is 1, etc. So you're going to start by the lowest one. If it is between minus 2 and minus 1, your function y is negative 2. If it's between negative 1 and 0, your function is negative 1, and then 0, and then 1, etc. So you have your first function graph. Now, using the x value in each of these intervals, you're going to evaluate this function. So you're going to take a value in all of these intervals. So you're going to take probably minus 1.6, minus 0.5, or 0.6, then you're going to take 0.5, you're going to take 0.5 here, you're going to take probably 2.5 here, any number, or 2.3, whatever it is that you're going to take, whatever number, but it has to be from each interval. Then you're going to see what, add the x into this function here. So you're going to do, for instance, minus 1.6 plus 3, that's going to be 1.4. Okay, so if I have 1.4, if my x is 1.4, what is my y? So if my x is 1.4 here, this is 0 and 1, 1.4 is right there, so my y is going to be definitely up here, so it's going to be 1. Okay, then you're going to take the second number, minus 0.6, which lies in this interval, which is the second interval here, the second interval there, and then you're going to see, what does that equate to? 2.4. What is 2.4? 2.4 is somewhere over here, so that y is going to be 2. Etc. You're going to keep doing that until you have now a set of different numbers. So now you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if your number is between minus 2 and minus 1, right, your y is going to be 1. If your number is between minus 1 and 0, your y is going to be 2, etc. You see how? If it's there, so it's going to be 2. If it's between 0 and 1, it's going to be 3. If it's between 1 and 2, it's going to be 4, etc. Until you build up your new step function, or you find out which one it is based on the graph. So if it's between -2 and -1, your function is 1. If it's between -1 and 0, your function is 2, etc. Okay, so this hopefully answers your question. If you have any more questions, please let me know. Thank you very much and have a blessed week.